You ever wake up in the morning, stretch, feel good, but then realize something's just not the same as it used to be down there? Yeah, I'm talking about those morning erections that used to show up like clockwork and now, well, let's just say they're hitting the snooze button a little too often. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone, and here's the surprising part. It's not always about testosterone or medications. According to urologists, there are actually 3 secret pressure points that can help wake things back up, improve blood flow, and naturally boost those morning erections even after 60. And no, I'm not talking about magic or weird gadgets. This comes straight from how your body's blood flow and nervous system are wired. So, before you grab another supplement or blame it on age, stick with me for a few minutes. Because once you understand how these pressure points work, you'll see how easy it is to trigger your body's natural response every morning again. Here's the thing. What most men don't realize is that the body already has built-in systems designed to keep blood flowing and nerves firing properly. As we age, it's not that these systems disappear. They just slow down from lack of stimulation. Think of it like a muscle you haven't trained in a while. It's still there, but it needs a little wake-up call to start performing again. These pressure points do exactly that. They send a message through your nervous system, reminding your body how to react and how to restore balance in the areas that control circulation, hormonal signals, and muscle tone. Now, when we talk about boosting morning erections, what we're really talking about is improving the quality of blood flow overnight. During sleep, your body naturally goes through cycles that restore oxygen and nutrients to every organ, including your reproductive system. But when you've had years of sitting too long, poor posture, low activity, or even chronic stress, those pathways can get restricted. The blood doesn't move as freely, and the nerve signals that trigger those morning responses become dull. That's why these pressure points are so powerful. They work with your body, not against it. Instead of forcing blood flow with medication or temporary fixes, they help retrain your circulation system to respond the way it's supposed to. The reason this works so well, especially for men over 60, is that pressure points activate both physical and neurological responses. When you apply gentle pressure or massage in specific areas, you're not just loosening muscles, you're stimulating receptors under the skin that send signals straight to the brain. The brain, in turn, increases activity in the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and repair mode that encourages relaxation and better blood flow to the lower body. It's the same reason deep breathing and certain stretches can instantly make you feel calmer and more alert. That reaction, over time, helps restore natural circulation patterns and supports the function of the blood vessels that play a major role in morning performance. So, when you understand that it's not about age, it's about activation, you realize how much control you actually have. These pressure points are simply tools to help your body do what it was designed to do. This point is located just below your navel, about 2 finger widths down, and it's one of the most important areas for men's lower body circulation. What makes it so powerful is that it sits right over a cluster of deep abdominal nerves and blood vessels that connect to the pelvic region. As we age, this area often becomes tight and inactive, especially if we spend a lot of time sitting or have weak core muscles. That stiffness can block blood flow and reduce nerve sensitivity, which are 2 key factors in weaker morning performance. By gently massaging or applying light pressure here for about 30 seconds to a minute, you're doing more than just relaxing muscles. You're actually signaling your body to open up circulation pathways and improve oxygen flow to the lower region. When you apply pressure to this spot, it stimulates what traditional medicine calls the sea of energy. That's not just a poetic term. It refers to the body's natural energy center, where blood flow, digestion, and sexual vitality all meet. In modern terms, you could think of it as a switchboard for your core health. This area influences how effectively blood gets pumped to the organs below it, including the bladder, prostate, and pelvic floor. When those areas receive more consistent oxygen and nutrient flow, everything functions more smoothly. You might even notice improvements in digestion and posture, since the abdominal muscles around that point also become more active when stimulated regularly. It's important to be gentle. You're not pushing hard, just enough to feel a slight pressure. You can use your fingertips or the palm of your hand, moving in small circles. Breathing deeply while doing this helps even more because deep breaths expand the lower abdomen and create a kind of internal massage that works together with your hands. Over time, this simple habit starts to retrain your nervous system to send stronger signals to the pelvic region, which can naturally lead to firmer, more consistent morning erections. Many men also find that working on this area before bed helps them sleep better. When the lower abdomen is relaxed, the body slips more easily into a state of rest and repair, which is when most hormonal balancing and tissue recovery happens. It's subtle, but it builds on itself day by day, reconnecting that vital link between the brain, the blood vessels, and the body's natural rhythms. This pressure point sits just above the inner ankle bone, slightly toward the back of your leg, in a small groove between the bone and the tendon. When you slide your thumb along that area, you'll find a tender spot. That's how you know you've hit the right place. It might not look like much, but this tiny point connects directly to pathways that influence your kidneys, spleen, and reproductive organs. In traditional medicine, it's known as a key point for restoring balance and vitality in the lower body. In more practical terms, stimulating this spot helps regulate blood flow through the pelvic and abdominal regions, which directly support stronger, more consistent circulation to the areas that matter most for men's health. When you press or massage this point, what's happening underneath is pretty fascinating. You're activating small nerve endings that communicate with your vascular system, signaling your blood vessels to relax and open up. That improves nutrient and oxygen delivery while reducing stagnation from hours of sitting or poor leg circulation. For many men over 60, these subtle blockages are one of the biggest reasons their morning response weakens. They're simply not getting enough consistent blood movement overnight. Working on this point daily, especially before bed, helps restore that flow naturally, setting the stage for better performance when you wake up. A simple way to do it is to sit comfortably, rest one ankle over the opposite knee, and use your thumb to apply gentle circular pressure for about a minute on each leg. You don't need to dig in hard, just steady, controlled motion with slow breathing. The breathing part matters, because when you inhale deeply and exhale slowly, your parasympathetic nervous system activates, telling your body it's safe to relax and repair. That combination of pressure and calm breathing helps blood flow more freely through your lower body, improving how your vessels respond overnight. Over time, you may notice more warmth and sensitivity in your feet and lower legs after doing this. That's a good sign. It means circulation is improving. Some men also report feeling more energy during the day, since better leg circulation can help reduce fatigue and fluid buildup. It's such a small action, but it works as a nightly reminder to your body that those lower pathways are still alive, still responsive, and ready to do what they were built to do when properly activated. This point sits right at the base of your spine, near the tailbone, and it's one of the most overlooked areas when it comes to men's health and vitality. Most people don't realize that this small region is home to a complex network of nerves that control communication between your brain and your pelvic area. When those nerves are compressed or sluggish from tight muscles or years of sitting, the signals that help control blood flow and responsiveness in the lower body become weaker. This is why tension or stiffness in the lower back can quietly sabotage circulation without you even noticing. By applying light pressure, massaging, or gently stretching this area, you help wake those nerves up and get energy moving again. The tailbone and surrounding muscles, including the glutes and lower spine, play a big role in supporting posture and pelvic alignment. When those muscles tighten or weaken with age, they can pull the pelvis out of its natural position, making it harder for blood to move freely through the arteries and veins that feed the lower region. That's why loosening up this spot can make such a difference. It's not just about comfort, it's about unlocking the pathways that control how effectively blood and nerve signals travel. You can start by lying flat on your back with your knees bent and gently rocking them side to side. That simple motion helps release tension along the lower spine while increasing flexibility and blood flow. You can also try using your fingertips or a small massage ball to apply gentle circular pressure right where your spine meets your tailbone. It shouldn't hurt. You're just encouraging the tissue to relax. Slow, deep breathing enhances the effect because it increases oxygen delivery and activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes recovery and better circulation. Over time, This routine helps retrain your body to send stronger signals to the pelvic region, reinforcing the mind-body connection that's essential for natural morning performance. If you tend to sit for long hours during the day, especially in a slouched position, adding a few minutes of stretching or light movement for your lower back can make a huge difference. Think of this pressure point as a gateway. It helps restore flexibility, nerve flow, and overall responsiveness from the spine all the way down through the lower body. You don't have to do all three of these pressure points every single day to notice a change, but you do have to be consistent with whichever ones you choose. The body responds best to repetition. Just like training a muscle or improving flexibility, the benefits build gradually. The goal isn't to force results overnight, but to retrain your body's natural systems to work efficiently again. When you stimulate these areas regularly, your blood vessels begin to open up more easily, your nerves become more responsive, and your body relearns how to circulate energy and oxygen to the lower regions without effort. It's the kind of improvement that happens quietly at first and then suddenly feels like a big shift. You start to feel more alive, more connected, and more balanced. Consistency also matters because these pressure points influence multiple systems at once. Your circulation, your hormones, and your nervous system all interact. If one of those systems has been underactive for years, it takes a little time to wake it up. Gentle daily practice helps your body remember its natural rhythm. Think of it like tuning an instrument that's been sitting untouched. The more often you fine-tune it, the clearer and stronger the sound becomes. Over time, that means better blood flow, stronger signals between your brain and your body, and a smoother hormonal balance that supports morning vitality without needing outside help. Pairing these pressure points with small lifestyle habits multiplies their effects. When you stay hydrated, your blood becomes less thick and circulates more easily through even the smallest vessels. When you get quality sleep, your body produces growth hormones and repairs tissue, allowing those nerves and muscles to stay active. And when you include just a bit of movement, something as simple as a daily walk or a few hip and back stretches, you're giving your circulatory system the push it needs to keep those pathways open. All these factors work together to keep your body's natural systems online and responsive. The more you treat these practices as a routine rather than a quick fix, the more they start to become second nature. Over time, your body begins to rely less on external stimulation and more on its own natural rhythm to maintain blood flow, nerve function, and the kind of energy that supports strong, healthy mornings. When you start working on these pressure points, something interesting begins to happen inside your body. At first, the changes may be subtle, a little more warmth in your lower body, slightly deeper sleep, or even just waking up feeling more refreshed. That's your circulation improving and your nervous system beginning to respond. The body has an incredible memory. It remembers how to perform, how to regulate itself, and how to restore natural function when given the right signals. By stimulating these key points consistently, you're reminding your system of what it already knows how to do. You're not forcing a reaction, you're reactivating a process that may have gone dormant after years of stress, inactivity, or hormonal decline. In men over 60, these small actions make a huge difference because the body's recovery cycles slow down naturally with age. Blood vessels become less elastic, hormone levels drop slightly, and the nervous system doesn't fire as efficiently as it used to. But when you introduce gentle stimulation through pressure points, it's like flipping the switch back on. Blood flow improves, oxygen delivery increases, and the pelvic nerves begin firing more effectively. These are the same mechanisms that drive morning erections they rely on, healthy, vascular, and nerve responses that can be trained just like muscles. The beauty of it is that you're not adding anything unnatural. You're simply helping your body find its rhythm again. After a week or two of consistent practice, most men start noticing subtle improvements. You might feel stronger morning responses, but also more energy throughout the day. That's because circulation and vitality are deeply connected. When blood moves freely, every system functions better. It's common to feel more relaxed, sleep more soundly, and even notice a lightness in your lower body as tension begins to fade away. Each small improvement is a sign that your internal balance is being restored. Your blood vessels are becoming more responsive, and your body is remembering how to activate naturally in the morning hours. The goal isn't perfection or overnight transformation. It's steady, sustainable progress. Every session builds on the one before it. Over time, this becomes less about chasing a result and more about maintaining a natural state of health and vitality that supports confidence, energy, and a sense of youthful strength. When you start practicing these techniques, remember that your body responds best to patience and consistency. You're not just stimulating pressure points, you're reawakening a natural process that may have slowed down over time. Every time you apply gentle pressure, breathe deeply, and focus on these areas, you're teaching your body to restore its balance and circulation. It's not about doing it perfectly, it's about showing up for yourself every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Over the next few weeks, you might notice small but powerful changes, better sleep, more energy, and that familiar morning vitality returning naturally. Those are signs that your body is listening, adjusting, and responding. Age doesn't define strength or vitality, habits do. Your body is capable of rebuilding, repairing, and performing at its best when you give it the right attention. So stay consistent, stay curious, and treat this as a simple act of self-care that pays off over time. And hey, if you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more men's health and fitness tips, and let me know in the comments which of these you're going to try first. Your body's capable of more than you think. It just needs the right signals. See you in the next one.